It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we're going to be taking a look at a can of Aldi's The Hop Foundry. And it's a can of their Give 'em Hells Helles Lager. It's coming in at 4.5% ABV in a 330 milliliter can. Looking forward to this one, gotta be honest. Without further ado then, let's get the beer out into a glass, see what we get. I have recently been drinking an awful lot of Helles Lager, and I like it very much. Let's see how this one is. Now, I'm going to be honest, the last Helles Lager I had, or I reviewed here in the kitchen, was from Marks and Spencer's, and it was made by the brewery were called Harbour Brewing Company, and they actually added sugar to the beer. And I was talking about the review, and I was talking about the beer in the review, saying this beer tastes really sweet for a beer. And then lo and behold, looked at the back of the can, there was sugar added to the beer, and I was thinking this is just a terrible thing to do with the Helles Lager, because it needs to be dry, it needs to be dry and crispy and not overly hoppy, not as hoppy as a Pilsner, but certainly kind of that sort of ballpark. And I'm just hoping that this beer is slightly better. The reason why I mentioned Marks and Spencer's is because in everybody's minds that Marks and Spencer's are like either the top end supermarket in the UK where you can expect to get some terrific things. But what I wasn't expecting was sugar in my Helles Lager. So now we're heading towards the lower end of the discount supermarket end of the supermarket chains in the UK, and this is Aldi's version of a Helles Lager. It's about the same price, to be honest. I think the Marks and Spencer's beer was £1.80. This beer was £1.25. So we're talking about a 60 pence difference here in the price of the beer. Wouldn't it be ironic if this beer was actually tasting better and 60 pence a can less? So a hazy looking beer, straw coloured, one finger white head, slow moving carbonation. Let's get the aroma. It's certainly smelling more like a Helles Lager. It has that really crispiness to it, a nice kind of hoppiness on the back end. I was drinking a fantastic, I think it was last Friday, it was a week ago today, in the rain. When I filmed it, of course, it might be a big gap by the time I post the videos, but some of you might remember the Weinstefana Helles review we did in the rain in Hamburg in Germany. But this has got some similar aromas coming through, some similarities in the beer. It smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. In fact, it's putting a smile on my face, which is good. It's nice. It's nice because you all know my love and hate relationship with Aldi's beer. I mean, I'm one of these people. I'll give it to you absolutely straight. I'll tell you if the beer is good. I'll tell you if the beer is bad. On many occasions recently, I've told you how bad Aldi's beer has been. This is good. This is rather good. It's dry, it's peppery, it's spicy, it's got a nice bitterness on the back end, but again, it's not as bitter as a Pilsner. There's a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of bitterness. It's a really balanced beer, a really drinkable beer. And yeah, I mean, Aldi have done this. They've really done a good job with this. I'd like to know who pardon me, who produced this for Aldi. All it says is specially produced for Aldi stores UK. There's not even any ingredients on the back of the can. But I'm going to be quite confident in saying here that this hasn't got any sugar in, unlike the Marks and Spencer's Helles Lager. This is a better beer, and it's 60p cheaper per can. It's probably a rare occasion where you can say that about Aldi and Marks and Spencer's. But then again, if you're really into your meats, your dried hams, your salamis and all that sort of thing from Germany and Italy, then if you're more of a connoisseur in that road, you might be thinking, actually, I'll stop you there. Aldi makes some fantastic German meats, which are comparable to Marks and Spencer's. It's a funny one, isn't it? It's a funny one. I like both supermarkets. I've learned to like Marks and Spencer's. My natural way of being gravitates me towards Aldi because I was brought up that way. I was brought up to enjoy the bargain things and like the bargain shopping. Just how I am as a person. So I've had to learn to like Marks and Spencer's, and although there are some terrific stuff, there are some fantastic things in Marks and Spencer's, as proven here, it's not always the case that you pay more money for something and you get a better product. Sometimes you're paying more money for something and the shareholders are creaming it off the top. The difference with Aldi compared to Marks and Spencer's is that Aldi has no real shareholders. It's a private company. They don't have to kind of satisfy people and pay people dividends and that sort of thing. But enough about that. Back to the beer. It's good. It's really good. It's really refreshing. It's really crispy. I'm massively satisfied with lager these days. A good Helles Lager for me is right up there in terms of the quality type of beers that I want to be drinking. It's refreshing. It's somewhat juicy in the fact that it's nice and peppery and spicy with a little bit of it's got that kind of hop snap to it, that hop crispness. It's a little bit stinging nettly. I really, really like it. I really, really like it. And this is the thing. A Helles Lager is a German style beer. Aldi is a German supermarket. They know a Helles Lager. They know how to produce a Helles Lager because it's from the country of origin. It's where they're from. So I never really doubted that this would be anything other than a really decent beer, which it is. So I'm going to rate it 4.5% ABV. Great tasting beer. I like that enough. For £1.20 a can, I like that enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.